Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, even try to. Nobody can match you. Don't.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Yaira, but feel free to call me Yaya. I just recently moved back to Philly from Orlando, and by recently, I mean just a little over a year ago. Took a little bit of a break from YouTube last year, but I'm back full force this year. I've been back since the beginning of January, as a matter of fact, posting twice a week. Mostly Cameroon/African type videos, as they tend to do pretty well on my channel. And I just came back from visiting Cameroon a little over a month ago after 10 years of not being there. Check out those vlogs about my trip to Cameroon, West Africa. I will link those down below in the description box and in the atmosphere here. And today, keeping up with the Cameroon content, we're doing I Love the 80s and 90s, but make it Cameroonian music/artists. This was inspired by VH1's I Love the Insert Whatever Decade, which features songs from a particular era along with commentary from celebrities. Now, I don't know if that show is still on because I don't have cable, but I know I used to love watching that show. Now, I have a similar video to this one from 2021 entitled Music/Songs I Listened to as a Kid Growing Up in Cameroon. Only the songs and artists featured in that video weren't all from Cameroon. As a matter of fact, majority of those artists were not from Cameroon, maybe just one or two were. But those are some of the songs that I did listen to as a kid. In this video, however, all the artists and songs are from Cameroon. And just like we have a wide range of music here in the US, from indie pop to rock and roll, rap, and country, we also have a wide range of music in Cameroon, from Asiko, Bensekin, Makossa, Bikutsi, and more recently, Zenge. And we cannot talk about Cameroonian music without talking about Manu Dibango. Now, I've mentioned him in my Cameroon tag video from 2019. Manu Dibango's Soul Makossa from the 70s became the first African song to hit the US top 40s. That's major. It was also sampled by Michael Jackson in You Wanna Be Starting Something. His other song, Bienvenue au Cameroun, Welcome to Cameroon, was used in a lot of Cameroonian tourism commercials when I was growing up. Now, I would love to keep talking about this legend, but this video needs to not be an hour. So moving on to Les Têtes Brûlées. Les Têtes Brûlées literally means the burnt heads, because of their crazy haircuts. Now, their music is a combination of Bikutsi and punk rock. Now, my favorite song of theirs is entitled Essingan. No clue what that means. It is simply a Cameroonian classic. Listen to them go here. Simply brilliant. Up next, Sans Fantôme. This was one of only two Cameroonian artists that I mentioned in that video from 2021 about the music that I listened to growing up while in Cameroon. Now, I think he's particularly interesting because he's from the Bamileke tribe, or Bami for short, which is in the western part of the country, but he uses the Makossa sound, which is from Douala, another part of the country which has a completely different ethnic language and culture than from the western part of the country. Think Lil Nas X's Old Town Road collaboration with Billy Ray Cyrus, country rap. That's the best way I can describe it. Makossa is mostly by the Sawa people of Douala. Douala, as I mentioned in my Cameroon vlog, which if you haven't seen it, again, it is linked down below, is the economic capital of Cameroon. Think New York and Port Authority, because Douala is the main port of entry into Cameroon from the Atlantic. Anyway, this guy has hit after hit song from Emotion and Mandela, which he made about Nelson Mandela, to Noah and Douala, which he made about Douala. Next, Tala Andre Marie, another Bamileke artist who didn't make Makossa. He made Bensekin. Bensekin is pidgin English for bend your body. The dance required you to bend your body and shake your waist, shake your whole body. Now, my favorite songs of his are Ye Nomtema, Rouge en lèvre. Rouge en lèvre is French for lipstick. Now, in this song, he talks about lipstick creating problems. And the video features a young woman kissing a whole bunch of men on your lips or your cheeks and leaving her lipstick stains on there, thereby creating problems for them and your wives. Jean-Pierre Essome is the fourth artist on my list. He's also from Douala. Now, his music was very trendy with the youth. Now, the other artists I previously mentioned were more listened to by older folks at that time, in my opinion. And because Jean-Pierre Essome was bald and successful at what he did, there were rumors circulating about him giving up his hair in exchange for that success. Again, it was a rumor and I know nothing about that, except I liked his songs Tchakala, Idiba, and Sawa loko. Now, I'm going to chunk the next two artists, Eboa, Lotin, and Kotto together because they were both from Douala, both had disabilities, and were both brilliant. Mise Ngoh Francois is yet another artist from Douala. Are you guys noticing a pattern here? Now, he reminds me of my grandpa. Hell, he kind of looks like my grandpa. And the only song I really know of his is Ole. I really like the video. Simpler times, you know? Rrum Tah is the next artist. Group of artists, really. 5 of them, like the Jackson 5 of Cameroon, I would say, except they weren't all boys. In fact, I think it was originally 2 boys and 3 girls, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was just 1 boy and 4 girls. That's the soundtrack of my childhood right there. And at the height of your career, they were all under the age of 13. And I remembered your music being used to advertise kid-friendly shows for the summer. And this is a video of them all grown up, but this video is also about 20 years ago, so you're definitely much older than in this video. Marie Nzie, another artist popular among older folks. And I don't know why every time she came on the TV screen, I would be scared. But she was known for her song Liberté, Liberty in English. But my favorite song of hers is entitled Beza Ba Dzo. That's a serious Bikutsi song. Les Nubians, I discovered them a couple of years before I came to the US, so that'll be maybe 99, 2000-ish. Now, they live in France. Your dad is French also, I believe, and your mom is from Cameroon. Your sisters, by the way. Sidebar, lots of Cameroonians are based in France. When we were flying from Paris to Yaoundé on my recent trip to Cameroon, more than half of the flight were Cameroonians, obviously going home for visits or for Christmas or whatever, since we went in December. I think what it is that you can get a direct flight from Cameroon to France and you don't have to cross any oceans for any significant amount of time. That and Cameroon was once a French colony, so. Anyway, back to Les Nubians. Their category of music is neo-soul and they have done collaborations with Talib Kweli and The Roots. Up next, Ben and Grace Decca, a brother and sister duo also from Douala who have made music separately but have also collaborated. Alright, I'll do 2 more artists and then I'll call it. Alright, I'm gonna chunk these next 2 artists together again because I think your voices are very similar, and that'll be Makossa and Ani Nzie. And I think your voices are just so soulful and so beautiful, especially Ani Nzie. Alright, this is the last one, finally. This one isn't one artist, it's a collaboration. Now think We Are the World. Except this one specifically is a group of Cameroonian artists making a song for the 1994 World Cup, which was here in the US. And it was an homage to Rouge Milla, who is a legend when it comes to Cameroonian soccer and just African soccer in general. And the artists on this song are Frank de Blezo, Dinabel, Ani Nzie again, Ben Decca, and Kotto. And that's all I got, you guys. I may definitely have to make a part 2 to this one because there are definitely other Cameroonian classics that I did not mention in this video because, again, I didn't want this video to be an hour. But like, definitely look out for part 2. I don't think it's going to be next week or the week after next because, again, I do have other things planned for next week and the week after next. But I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a like. Share it, subscribe, make comments in the comment section. You know, I like to interact with you guys. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Bye. I need a break. Okay. Well, I'm trying to see what we're doing. Gosh, I'm so tired. Cameroonian tourism commercials.
Zima 1, Zima 2, Zima 3, Zima 4. Allez, on y va, tous ensemble. Wakoka, 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 yo. Y'a douté un amba, oh titi pemuna. Yo, et c'est le niga. Tu n'es plus un enfant, agis comme les grands. Yo, et c'est le niga. Un enfant agit comme les grands. Et oh, et c'est les migas.